Hey everyone, and welcome back to my completionist playthrough of the Baldur's Gate Saga with SCS. And here we are about to confront Faldorn and finally liberate the Druid Grove and restore the proper Druid hierarchy back here.
Certainly. Well, what have we here? Some fool come to stop the righteous force of nature?
So we can ask about the situation.
I am stronger than ever with the aid of this grove. No harm can come to me here. Such bonding rituals are frowned upon as they draw energy from the earth itself, but the mother feeds me that I might fight for her.
And what she says is true. She actually is invulnerable to damage thanks to that connection to the grove. And even if we claim... I'm going to back out of this conversation, by the way, because if you come back, she has a funny line. But yeah, if we claim that we will fight her, you know, she's not impressed because she is really protected by those rituals. And the only way you can really succeed her is if you challenge her to a druid duel, a 1v1 fight between druids. So you have to do it with either Jaheira, Cerned, or if your protagonist is a druid, you can also do it yourself. And also if you were evil and accepted the offer from Lord Kellen Menold and accepted his sulphurous poison, we would be able to poison the Druid Grove here, and then she would lose her invulnerability and we would actually be able to just fight her normally with our party here. But that would make all of the other druids also go hostile, and including Cerned, by the way, because poisoning a grove in that way is just like an unforgivable crime, I guess, and would do like serious damage to it. So anyway, we're going to do the fight with Jaheira, and for that we're going to have to buff her up a little bit, because Faldorn is a level 14 druid, and of course in SCS she's going to have a lot of pre-buffs and some nasty spells. Primarily, basically the first thing she always does is cast Creeping Death, or Creeping Doom. Creeping Death is a Metallica song, but Creeping Doom is a level 7 druid spell, which is basically like a beefed up single target insect plague, which confers all of the insect plague effects, like spell failure, and you have to still save versus death or run away in fear, but its damage is like much higher than insect plague. So it's if it hits Jaheira, it's going to cut through her stone skins in like seconds, or iron skins I should say, and basically, you know, just create immense pressure on her and also make sure that she isn't going to be able to cast any spells. So basically the only way to really, because it doesn't have allow a save for that damage portion, so the only way to protect yourself is basically magic resistance, I guess. So we could use our potions of magic protection, but I'm going to do something different. We are going to make sure that she doesn't even get to cast that Creeping Doom successfully in the first place. And but anyway, in the case that she does, I am going to buff up Jaheira still with some chaotic commands to be protected against some of other Faldorn's tricks, and I'm going to use Remove Fear, so that if she fails that save, she's not going to run away in fear. Also, she still has iron skins, but I think her iron skins are close to expiring, so I'm going to renew the spell on her, so she has a fresh new set of iron skins, and she's safe from physical damage. Oh, because also, once you transport it to this arena over here, both Faldorn and Jaheira are going to be stripped of all of their gear. Of course, there's always this trick that you can just transfer some gear through the inventory screen to her, because, you know, you're just still going to be able to be in close proximity to her and basically cheat the gear into her inventory like that. And we're not going to do anything like that. The only thing I would say is fair, is to allow yourself to like transfer 2 or 3 healing potions to Jaheira, because Faldorn is going to have healing potions of her own. But anyway, since Jaheira is not going to have any gear on her, we're going to use some potions on her, like potions of invulnerability and potion of heroism. So heroism, we want to improve her Thaco so that she makes sure to hit Faldorn and interrupt her, because that's going to be our strategy. And the potion of invulnerability is going to improve her armor class and saving throws. And now I think we're going to even throw in a little armor of faith just in case. And our secret weapon, Flame Blade. Because this Flame Blade this is going to be our trick to success against against Faldorn, because she is going to have Iron Skins, of course, as one of her many pre-buffs. But this Flame Blade also deals fire damage, and unless Jaheira fumbles completely and like critically misses or something, she should be able to have like 2 chances, I think, to hit Faldorn with this blade before she finishes the cast of Creeping Doom, and that should interrupt the cast. And once that is interrupted, Jaheira is going to be able to cast some Insect Plague of her own onto Faldorn, and from that situation she should basically be able to bring it home without any more problems. So yeah, you're going to cast Flame Blade, and Edwin is going to cast a little haste, so she's faster and has more attacks. Right, and let's go.
You have come back. Such insolence matched only by stupidity. Even the smallest brained of nature's creatures learn from pain, but you insist on provoking me.
That's so funny. You have come back. And we've heard this one before. But yeah, as you can see, we can choose Cern or Jaheira for the fight. So we're going to select Jaheira, who is going to claim that Faldorn is not going to leave the duel alive.
You are mistaken, of course. I revel in the combat of the rituals, and I welcome the chance to end your miserable existence. Come to your death.
Alright, so here comes the duel. And they have no gear, and we only have these 2 quarterstaves on the ground that we could pick up and use for fighting. But since the Flame Blade is a spell, and we can't drop this weapon, even though, of course, all of the gear of Jaheira got left right here where she stood, and got just dropped to the ground, this Flame Blade is still here, and we are going to be able to approach Faldorn quickly once her pre-buffs trigger. She has a lot of them, Iron Skins and different protections. And she actually now started casting that Creeping Doom, so we can successfully attempt to to interrupt her with our fire damage from the Flame Blade. And now we can cast some Insect Plague of our own onto her. Alright, and now we should be in the clear. Both Insect Plagued and Jaheira's damage should be enough. Yeah, her Iron Skins are down now. And yeah, we are basically in no danger. She actually uses superior healing potions, which are the Throne of Ball, basically the best healing potions in the game, that heal for 37 damage, that we don't have access to yet. But it doesn't matter, she should go down easily enough. She's near death. And boom! So yeah, now Cern of course explains that the land is going to have to heal over time, but peace and order is going to be restored here to the Grove, and Verthan is going to be the druid that's going to take care of it. But if you are a protagonist druid, once you get to level 14, you can actually challenge here for to become the Archdruid of, or Great Druid of this place, and that's going to be your Druid stronghold that you can obtain in that way. And I think I'm going to still get Cern, so that he can be recognized as a hero of Trademeet, although he did almost nothing. But let him come, let him be a hero as well, you know. So yeah, Verthan is going to present us with a Staff of Thunder and Lightning, and that's basically it. They're also going to remind us to re-equip ourselves. So let's do this with Jaheira. Oh yeah, she still has the Flame Blade. Right in here, we can just do this now. And this Flame Blade should expire in a second, and we will be able to properly re-equip her. Okay. Yeah, that's not a long-lasting spell. And yeah, that's it. So finally, this Druid Grove storyline is concluded, and we can go back to Trademeet and hand in the quests, both the Itafir quest and the Animal Attacks, Druid Grove quest. Also, Some people might not know this, but you can actually leave the Druid Grove through here. I've seen people actually go all the way to the beginning area,
Yes?
but
What is
it's
it? If it must be
possible to just leave the Druid Grove through this passage. And also, this Staff of Thunder and Lightning is only usable by divine casters, so druids and clerics. It has a chance of stunning on a hit, which we're not going to use. This Scroll Lightning is actually a very low level, like weak Cold Lightning, only 3d8 damage. But the lightning bolt is basically a maximum damage lightning bolt, and so we might use this lightning bolt on occasion on Jaheira or on Anoman. Actually on Anoman probably, because he generally doesn't have damage spells, or at least yet. I'm not memorizing any damage spells on him, so that might be useful on him to have a little lightning bolt to use every once in a while. And yeah, we can go back to Trademeet. Oh, and since it's nighttime, not all of the merchants are active, so actually we're going to rest before we hand in the quests. And I'm going to explain why in a second, but first, before we hand in the Genie quest, that will make Kitsch go away, I actually wanted to... Actually, let's just be a little bit more optimal, but I wanted to buy some stuff from him still. Let's get these potions of agility for Anoman, so he can have some better armor class in some fights. And also I wanted to get these scrolls of minor spell deflection and protection from fire. Those are going to be useful to hold on to. And I think we're going to have a special scroll case in a second for these mage spells that I would like to have in the form of scrolls. And yeah, in Trademeet you can actually rest anywhere, and it's going to be successful. And basically, we are going to wait until daytime to hand in all of these quests, because that's going to make merchants have all of their stock again, and I want to buff up my pickpocketing with Kiranai, so that we can do some stealing. And it's not actually even about stealing from merchants all that much, but here the genies have a unique item that you can obtain from this guy, actually. Taki has a unique item that you can get from pickpocketing it from him or killing him, I guess, but once you hand in the genie quest, they are all going to teleport out. So before we do that, we're going to pickpocket that item from him. It's an Ifriti summoning bottle that anyone can use. And the Ifrit is a decently useful summon in some situations. So with this last potion of Master Thievery, we should have 250 pickpocketing, I think. Yeah. Alright, let's just go and do it then. Alright, and here we go. Here we have the bottle. We're going to identify it later. And now we can go and hand in this quest.
Yes, it will be done.
I sense that you possess the head of our little interfere with you as agreed. Astounding, even for a mortal.
I think he means especially for a mortal. That's astounding. But anyway, he's going to just give us a +2 scimitar, that Rashad's talent that we've seen in Baldur's Gate 1. And he just like talks to the decapitated head. Yeah, you have been a very naughty creature, eluding us as you have. Okay, a very normal thing to do. And yeah, they just go and teleport out. And with this, the merchants are going to be operational now. So let's go already and talk with this guy. Of course, they are already have their stock. But yeah, this guy's inventory is almost exactly the same as that cut purse guy from the Bridge District, with one important difference. And this is the necklace of missiles. That our good old familiar necklace of missiles that we've used so much in Baldur's Gate 1. I'm going to buy it from him. Buy it because I actually should have kept the nymph cloak on. We're going to buy it because we're going to sell it right away to him, because it only has 2 charges. And when we sell it to him, we're going to be able to have it recharged. Okay, and now Kiranai can do her thing, but first we need to empty her inventory to make some space. because of course, since his inventory is the same as that cut purse, that means that he has a lot of cool spells that we want to get.
No better prices in arm. I guarantee it.
He even has the same wand, like the same Scorcher wand with 50 Scorcher charges and 1 Fireball. We're going to, of course, take the Master Thievery potions. He has 4 of them, I think. Yeah, and Potion of Power. And here with the scrolls, I am just going to take a couple of scrolls that we're going to probably use in scroll form, like some spell thrusts, some fire shields, some secret words. We might even get another minor sequencer already for someone in the future. And we're going to take the spell immunities, of course. And I think we might get from here, not to be too over the top with our stealing, let's just get Abjuration and Enchantment, I guess. Maybe Divination as well. And I think that's it. So yeah, this is going to go to our special scroll case that we're going to obtain in a second. And the spell immunities Kira and I can hold on to. And I think she is even going to hold on to some spells for a future mage that we're going to have. I'm going to have to organize it all in some kind of a... I think we have it organized in a reasonable manner already, but just some finishing touches, I guess, when it comes to obtaining some more companions in the future. Also, these guys, like many different townspeople, are now going to have different conversation options. Like I think Jidek here wants to actually... yeah, he's going to have a little conversation. He wants to actually leave this Rom caravan, I guess, and see the world. And he's going to have a little back and forth with his dad. Yeah. Anyway. And now, is there anything else that I want to do before we are declared Heroes of Trademeet? By the way, I've also mentioned that Trademeet is like one of my favorite areas in the game, and I didn't really elaborate on that, but just look at this place. It just looks so cool. It has such a... it just exudes such a feel-good atmosphere. I like the quests here. All the goodies that we can obtain, the cool fights that we can do, all the adventures. It's just such a cool place, man. And we're going to be declared heroes in a second. And I think... yeah, we might just do that already, and then we're going to see some other merchants. Okay, so first Guildmaster Busia, and I realized something. We left our Kiranai's stuff on the ground in that tent. Jeez. Okay, let's get that back. Whew. almost forgot about that. Okay, now we can go in. I was just thinking about clearing Seneshira's inventory a little bit, because we're going to get some goodies from Guildmistress Busia here. She is going to reward us for dealing with the genies. We can get some stuff to Jaheira. Oh, Sarand actually can, like, hold on to some stuff.
Ah, you are the hero who has saved us from the Druids, yes?
Yeah, so already the town is back up and running, and of course the Dao Genie also dispatched. Yeah, of course she explains what was going on. We already know about that, but as always, of course, with these conversations, feel free to pause and read for yourself. But yeah, she gives us some gold, some cool gems that will sell for quite a bit, and the Shield of Harmony. Oh yes, yes, that is an amazing item. It's improves our armor class by 3, and it gives us an immunity to Charm, Confusion, Domination, and Hold. So this is a really nice shield that I think Jaheira might have for now. Alright, cool. So that's the first part of our reward here for our deeds. But this is not the end. And we're going to do something pretty funny. We're going to shape-shift Jaheira into a maybe into the brown bear. And now let's talk with Lord Logan Coprith. You can also shapeshift Cern to a werewolf, and that's going to have a lasting effect in a second, as we will see, but I don't care about Cern. I want Jaheira to be a bear.
We are in your debt for whatever you did. I thank you, and Trademeet thanks you.
Yeah, so not only have we dealt with the attacks, of course, but also with the genies, and everything is back to normal. We get a lot of experience. We're going to get also a reputation point, some more gold, and now a celebration.
Citizens of Trademeet, we are gathered here today to honor the heroes of our small town.
Led by the ladies in Ashira.
They have not only stopped the assault of nature upon us by removing the evil druid that had taken over our local grove, but have also spared us from the recent domination of the genies. You are once again free to walk the streets of Trademeet, and new caravans have already been hired to bring supplies to our local merchants. It is good to know that even though we do not have our beloved Joaquin looking out for us, we still have people like this who we can turn to in a time of need. From this day forth, I declare that these companions be known as the Heroes of Trademeet.
Their likenesses shall be displayed on the fountain forevermore.
Bravo! Bravo!
Bravo!
Here, here! You have saved us all!
Bravo!
Oh yes, most excellent work, hero.
Indeed!
You will always be welcome here. Obviously, you are deserving of your glowing reputation as a true hero. May the gods smile on your journeys.
Greetings to you. I'm Lady Lilith Lorexel, the head of the noble family that founded this town long, long ago. I am pleased to make your acquaintance. It is pleasing to know that there are heroes of real metal here in Trademeet, ones with both courage and ability. As it so happens, I have need of such people. Please, if you are interested in the reward for performing such a task, do come and speak to me at my mansion. I look forward to seeing you there.
I see that vicious harpy has already pounced upon you. Ignore whatever she says. She is a conniving witch and a liar. I am Lord Skarmean Ali Bakar, and it is my family that founded Trademeet, not hers. So I greet you in the name of the town's premier family. No doubt Lady Lilith has asked you to perform a service for her. I happen to need the same service done, so I ask that you come to see me in my home so that we may discuss it further. If you are foolish and work for the Loraxals, however, you will not be welcome in my home. Think carefully on this.
I am sorry they chose to involve you in their schemes. The Loraxals and the Alibakars are old and powerful families here, and they have been feuding for generations. Be careful in your dealings with them, that's all I can say. I have here a reward that the town merchants have gathered for you.
Yeah, so he mentions the statues at the fountain, and oh, we are going to inspect that. We get more experience, more gold, so yeah, plenty of rewards.
Yes?
Jaheira has been here as a druid at this ceremony, and of course we've been approached by you know, the head, not the leaders, but basically I guess the head of each prominent family here in Trademeet, and there's going to be a certain quest involved there, because now that we have completed these two quests with the animal attacks and the genies, now a few other quests are going to be unlocked here.
Well met and welcome.
Yeah, so here we're approached by Genya, and she's going to mention her son Tyrus, and she's going to implore us to come to their home and speak to him, because they have apparently a mission of grave importance. Alright, so we're going to check that out in a second. Also, we might check out Viatri's inn, and now some of these guys are going to have different lines. Primarily Alenina the Bard. And I want her to have a different line. Oh yeah, where she recognizes us as the heroes of the Sword Coast, and apparently she heard a few wondrous tales passed from a fellow bard named none other than Garrick. So apparently Garrick has been singing some songs praising our deeds on the Sword Coast, apparently.
Declare yourself.
There's going to be a little scene with the Loraxels and Alibacars duking it out here. And this is the feud, like which family is the first family of Trademeet? Which one of them actually founded the city? This guy is passive. Defend yourself, dude. Oh, now you're in a really bad position. You got destroyed, man. Okay, so town militia steps in now when it's already too late. But yeah, so the feud continues, and we're going to check out their missions soon. I wanted to also speak with her. Yeah, she's like completely out of touch with reality. Like, I understand you and your companions are some kind of heroes, yes? This is all very interesting, I suppose. Probably doesn't even realize that in what trouble Trademeet was. Anyway, the next order of business, I think, is to visit the merchants while we still have our pickpocketing buffed up. And we can get some cool goodies here, especially from this guy.
If it must be done.
So we can see his stuff, and he actually has plenty of good items. Here is, first of all, Black Blood. This is a really, really cool club for Jaheira. A +3 enchantment on it. Finally, Jaheira is going to be able to, you know, hit stuff with, and 3 acid damage on it, which is a very rare type of damage, or a type of damage that is very rarely resisted by opponents. So that's very effective. Here we have Dwarven Thrower, which is also a pretty sweet thrown hammer, but only dwarves can use it. So it's decent for Korgan, I guess, if you do level up his warhammers or you have a dwarf of your own creation. Here's also Tansharon's Bow, which creates its own ammo with a +3 enchantment, which is useful in some situations. Because you usually in Shadows of Amn you don't get that +3 ammo. You have to visit like Watcher's Keep to get some +3 arrows. Here we have a Staff of Striking, which is going to be useful for some backstabs. I think we might use it. Here's Ras, another unique item, but it allows you to summon a sword to fight for you, kind of like a Mordenkainen sword, but it's only active for 4 rounds, so in practice you can't really do much with it, so I'm not going to get that. And also, he has our trusty Cloak of Displacement that we've used for a long time in Baldur's Gate 1, and also Belt of Inertial Barrier, which is pretty useful against dragons because of that save versus breath, and also against magic damage. It's 50% resistance to that type of damage, so spells like Skull Trap or Horrid Wilting, they deal magic damage, and you are able to, you know, with it resist their effects. So we're going to get ourselves Black Blood, and I think we need to clear out some. Oh yeah, she's still a bear. We need to clear out some of her inventory, just a little bit. I'm not going to steal too much from here. We're just going to get Black Blood. We're going to pretty much ignore everything else. Staff of Striking is going to be useful for us. And we're going to get that Cloak of Displacement and that belt. And that's going to be all, I think, that I'm going to take from this guy. The other things are just not going to be useful for us. We could get this Dwarven Thrower. But, yeah, no, I'm not going to have Korgan anymore. Yeah. So, that's it. That is it. This belt, I think Anoman can wear for now, and this cloak is going to be something maybe also for Anoman, actually, and he's going to maybe get a... do we have a ring of protection for him? Edwin is going to give his ring of protection for now, for him. Yeah, maybe let's keep it on Anoman for now. And we have this for Edwin then. And what else did you get? 25 charges of on that Staff of Striking. We're just going to have it in our bag of holding for now. And now you can get your stuff back. Alright. Now here I'm going to quick save, and I'm going to haste, because I want to showcase that you can save this poor philosopher. I'm going to showcase the two different outcomes that happen in this philosophy debate between these two guys here and Huntley. So I'm going to quick save, and let's first see the philosophical debate between them as it normally happens.
I am telling you, my brother, the correct way to approach life is to accept its travails. One must bend as the willow and see the obstacles that the gods place in front of you as challenges to be overcome.
Don't be moronic. You must struggle. Through struggle we grow stronger. Only the strong survive. And I am not your brother.
This is pretty funny. Strength comes through wisdom and compliance. One must be flexible to accept the things that come. Struggle only brings futility, my son. Struggle and adversity bring strength, not futility. War and violence weed out the weak and unhealthy, strengthening all, and I am not your son. So he basically brings out this Nietzschean perspective, I guess, from like, so saith Zarathustra. And this guy is more about adaptation, I guess. War and violence are the recourse of the weak-minded, my friend. When they occur, it is as a result of failure rather than success. Bah, let me show you what comes out of that philosophy, friend. Huntley, show him what becomes of his philosophy. Right, boss. I hope you know I'm only being proven correct here. So yeah, Huntley is just going to kill that guy. Well, now I suppose you were right after all. Dead right. But I get the last word. Come, Huntley, let's go. Yeah, so Edwin approves of that. If you have Minsk or if you have Faldorn, they are going to automatically attack Huntley and try to stop him from killing the philosopher. Unfortunately, if you kill this guy, this philosopher, you actually lose a reputation. But let's quickly reload, haste ourselves, and try to rescue this guy and prevent him from getting killed. So we're just going to haste Edwin, haste using Edwin's spell. Okay, and let's just like run in there to basically block the passage for Huntley. Right, so we've heard that. And before Huntley can get to this guy, come on, go, go, go. And hopefully we have blocked him well enough, and now we can just go and kill him. Alright, cool. Don't attack the philosopher. Oh, we have to talk with this guy. Okay, where's the final speech here? Okay. Oh, phooey. Spoil my fun, will you? And I was winning that argument too. And this guy is also going to be mad because he has now not been proven right by dying. Yeah, you've rather invalidated my entire argument. So yeah, they are both displeased, but at least they are both alive. Anyway, I think this is going to be it for now, and we're going to explore more of Trademeet and the quests that we've unlocked now in the next episode. So I thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.